Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to the farm on a Wednesday, July 7th. It's about 9 a.m. Just wanted to do an update video, guys, on how haying went the other day. So on the 3rd, about 11 o'clock, I went out and started side raking. And I would say 2 hours later, my dad came out with the baler and started baling, and there were some problems. So for that, I was grateful that we didn't have a huge haying day. There was a couple of minor issues with the baler, a knotter adjustment, and then a kicker adjustment. And you know, it's stressful when you've got the hay down and you want to get rocking and rolling and you want bales to come out and just roll like we know how to do. We've had, you know, a lot of 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 bale days, and you would not want one of these problems to happen on one of those days. So luckily it was a smaller day. We ended up making just shy of 500. It was 485 minus a few that were broke. So we probably had 4 or 5 to get started before the adjustments were made. But the first wagon, usually we check the weight and the tension in the bale on the strings. So someone usually rides in the wagon to pile. And the fact that we know that our customer is coming tomorrow to buy this hay, if you kick bales into a wagon, a kicker like this, and leave them the way the kicker sends them in there for an extended period of time, the bales will keep that shape, and they're just more of a mess for the person to pile. So we left one, the first wagon that we piled, we just backed it into the shed. And then the first two, or the second two, the second and third wagons got piled. And it's usually what happens in this shed is one wagon load, about 150 to 160 bales per wagon fit in one tier. So we'll pile that first tier cut side up, and then the consecutive layers, tiers of hay are flat side and then staggered directions. So we've got just two tiers there and one wagon full. And the first wagon, because it's piled, was able to fit over 170 bales on. All right, guys, the door is open, so we shed some light on the baler. This is about take 15, 16 now. I'm going to do this again briefly to try and explain what our issue was with the baler. I'm going to get out of the way here. The first issue was the knots were letting go on one side. There was an adjustment bolt. Dad made the adjustment, left more string. When the knot got tension on it, it made it out of the chute in one piece. The second issue we had was the kicker. The actual kicker is this arm here to that tray. When the bale gets to the end and hits that lever, the bale is kicked. The bale was coming out, getting onto this ramp. But this ramp, I'm going to see if you can see it. The ramp is held together. I'm going to sneak my phone underneath here. And the ramp is held together, held back right there. Okay? And the springs, once the ejector is ready to kick the bale, it fires, lifts this mechanism up. You can see the tension on the spring, okay? And once that ejector lifts, because the bale has tripped the lever at the end, the bale is sent flying. One of those springs was broken. We identified it with minimal amount of heated tempers, and we fixed the problem, and we're back rolling. A lot of complicated things going on in that baler in order to make it work. Do I understand the knotter? Who does? When those threading needles come up in and it delivers the string and the knot, there's about 5 different things that turn to make that knot. I think I could slow it down. If I could take a video of it, put it in slow motion and study it, we may understand it. But to try and explain it, I just sound like a fool, and it just works. It's a John Deere. Just wanted to do a quick update today, guys. Let you know how haying went. It looks like today's Wednesday. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, again, we may have a window, so we're watching the weather. Hopefully we can knock out another, probably about the same size field, maybe get another 500-600 bales off this next one. Also a grassy field. If we had a longer, more stable forecast for more days, I think we would tackle some of our bigger fields that need more drying time, but these thin grassy fields dry quicker. So I guess I feel better about early on in the season to get these out of the way. And a lot of our customers like that soft grassy hay, so that's why we tackle those first. And then the alfalfa, if I have that made or round baled, I usually keep that for myself, for my cattle. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the video, guys. We'll catch you later. How does the nodder work? I don't know. How does the posi track work in a Plymouth? It just does.